Hey, what's up, homies? So here it is. Finished. The Triad Lock Higanokami style, stainless frame, ADC RV2 blade, Espada cold steel inspired friction folding Triad Lock folding knife. The very first locking folding knife that I've ever made. So, I've been kind of obsessed with this profile, this blade design now for a while since I've made this one. Because this one now has sort of, I used to carry a Bowie knife around. I was carrying all these different knives. I'm trying to figure out, what works best for me around here. Because I need something that I can chop and baton. I need something that I can skin. I can make food with. I need to be able to chop branches with. And this kind of covered it all. This really covered it all. And the funny thing is, this is also the easiest one to carry of all of them. So it's got this friction folder, right? Like this, and then I just literally slip this inside my waistband, have it hanging there, and I totally forget that I have it. It weighs 600 grams total, but I totally forget that I have it there. I totally forget. I have to remind myself. So it's easier to carry this like this than it is for me to carry, a Bowie knife on my back in a holster, a sheath, or on my waist, or anything like that. And I'm not using any of the pockets here either, right? One of the problems with this one, the one that's actually got the locking mechanism, right? I'm trying to get this in frame, but my brain is not. So, there. So the problem with this one is, it fits in the pocket, but it kind of feels like it's pulling your pocket down. And then, of course, I have it here. Here it's great. This is the best place for it, but when you're sitting in a car, it's gonna squish your balls. So it's actually less concealable, this one, than this one, ironically. And this is a bit easier to carry, this one. And then this one, I don't risk springs and stuff breaking. So this is very much like very, very durable and a very, very resilient design. Like, having the friction folder and the spine lock and like this kind of system that this one has, I'm much more confident, bashing and smashing this around. Significantly so. I've learned to love it and learned to really appreciate that top tang. It's kind of a fixed blade knife / folding knife, but it's just, the thing is, in the countryside, that sheath, man, when you're walking around all day, it takes up space. You gotta have a system like this that you can just forget about. It's on you. It's not in your pockets. It's not on your back. You don't have to worry about it. That thing is great. You just literally just slip it on the inside of your pants. So this one's pretty similar in that sense too. I've been chopping with it quite a lot, so this is completely functional. It's very, very brutally tough and just insanity at its finest. And yeah, so I'm just gonna be carrying this one around, of course, because I need to play around with it and test. But I'm scared, that it'll break. I'm scared that something will snap. The spring. I don't feel like changing those kind of things. So, even though it's a really heavy duty chopper, I was chopping these hardwood branches yesterday that were, like 3 or 4 inches thick. So it goes right through, especially when it's sharp. And everything's holding really, really well. It's just, this is the very first, locking mechanism style folding knife I've ever fucking made. So I'd rather keep this on the shelf and make a second one than break this one and lose this one. But it does have friction folder characteristics, right? And then it also has like a mid lock, right? And then so very, very good. This is lighter by about 140 grams as well, but it's using a much thinner shell, a much thinner handle than this. So you know, make do what you want with it. The things that I love about this design, why I love it so much, like why it's been kind of gathering my attention so much is, well, you got this long pistol grip, like a hatchet, right? Like this. So you see, if you're stabbing, it's from your palm. So very, very good for like just stabbing into things. You got this proper hatchet style chopping kind of grip, like this. So with a lot of reach, you know, you can see where the knuckles are. If I'm skinning, this is really like a perfect style. You know, you can hold it like this, right? And this is just an amazing way to hold the knife, just for skinning and doing all this kind of stuff. If you're carving, you can choke up on it. So I'm just carving like this, you know. Maybe you want to do some, you know, table work. You see that curvature? You can even do your groceries, right? I mean your dinner like this on a cutting board. So you know, it immediately replaced every other freaking large knife that I was carrying, because this is just so much. I don't have to worry about the sheath. I don't have to worry about so many things, and it still weighs the same. It's about 600 grams, so you know it's got that impact force. You know, so I don't know. Yeah, sure, it's all iron and carbon steel and stuff, but who cares? Fuck it. If it's, you know, it'll start rusting at some point or whatever. I'll just do whatever I can. Just, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Just, it'll grow patina. Of course it'll grow patina, but at least, you know, it's cool and it stays together. So, very fond of this design. It's very nice for sort of all this cutting and stuff like that. You can choke up on it really good. And the shape, having this kind of constant curvature, it makes it very easy to transition between the grips, between the handle, right? So it's kind of always very, very easy to, it's very easy to maneuver between the hands, right? So I don't know. It feels like a really nice knife for fencing, you know, for martial arts, because you've got that reach, you've got that pistol grip. It kind of feels like a cross between a hatchet and a knife. So you can, you know, you can use it like a knife, and you can throw it out and reach out, and now you got a hatchet, so you can, you know, deliver some hacking blows, you know. Then if you need to stab, right, your palm is back here. You got a lot of impact force there to stab very quickly and then hack. So I don't know. It's quite nice. It just feels like it's great for parrying as well, because it's kind of reaching out like this and hanging over. I can, you know. So it's got the maneuverability of a fighting knife, it's got the maneuverability of all that, and then you can also just swing it out, and all of a sudden you start using it like a hatchet, and you can, you know, it's just great. It's just great. Very, very, very cool design. I'm ultra psyched about it. I'll be making more of these today. I'm off to do that now. I don't think I'll be making any of these for a while, unless you're, you know, unless you really, 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 really insist on having one, and you can pay a lot of money, because, like, I gotta make knives. I gotta keep my livelihood going, so I can't just kind of stop everything and make these, like, these freaking knives that take a whole week to make, you know. I gotta make, you know, stuff that's like, I don't know, I gotta make everything. I got shitloads of knives to make, so here they are next to each other. Trying to center it. There. Isn't that beautiful? So, yeah, I'm quite psyched about this design. Hoping that, you know, it's another one of these designs. Now that it's prototyped and I have working functional models, maybe some manufacturer wants to reach out and, you know, manufacture these and I get some commission out of it or something. A knife like this? Are you kidding me? Imagine buying something like this for $300. And if you can, imagine 220. I don't know. I'd buy it for anything less than $290. Problem with knives is as soon as you reach 400 and 500 and 600 and these really big numbers, it's you're paying for the fit and finish. You're paying for these little extra things, You're paying for the micarta, the gold fucking inlay. You know what I'm saying? You start to pay for a lot of fancy shit, and often that fancy shit isn't even as strong as the cheap shit. Like, if you think about plastics, would you want a wooden handle or a plastic handle? Well, technically the plastic is tougher, longer lasting, all this kind of shit, and the wood is just gonna get rotten and fucking break in a year or two. But the wood is very beautiful, so how you look at it, whatever. But I think with a design like this, full steel, Hiro Konagami, man, imagine for $250, less than $290, anywhere $220, $250. Go to the store. It's 6.3 millimeter thick spine there. This is a heavy beast. This eats. So I think there's got to be a way to roll the tube out into a 90-degree curve, smash it, and then stamp everything in the same process, and then you get all your holes and all the cutout and the contour and everything figured out, and then you just throw the blade in there and you're done. I don't know. But there it is, lads. Really cool. Kind of an overview. I'll be making more of these for now. If, this is number 1. I just put it on Etsy. But, yeah, if you really, really want one of these folding ones like this, like the one that I just made, I just don't. You gotta understand, right? You gotta understand. This is $600, right? This is brand new from Cold Steel. This is $600, all right? I'm just saying. I don't have to make this if I don't want to for less than something like this. Okay, so I don't know. I'd love to make more of these. I'd love to, have a good reason to make them, but the thing is, if I make it so affordable and cheap and everybody wants one, then I'm going to be stuck making 50 of these. It's never going to happen. I can only make one of these a month. I have so much other stuff to do, So it's all about developing the tools, practicing. For now, the most important thing for me is to, make them for myself, improve on them, and then as I'm doing that through the iteration process, manufacture all the tools that I need to make this more simply and more effectively, So to remove a lot of the unnecessary manual labor, for example. But for now, it's pure custom. I mean, it took 3 hours just to bend this stainless fucking tube around like this. I mean, for fuck's sake, the amount of gas that I had to use. But it all came out real good, real tight. So, I don't know if anyone out there know any manufacturing, any manufacturers that have these capabilities, or you got, I don't know. This would be a really cool one to see on the markets. Maybe I just call the Chinese guy and get the Chinese to do it. Anyway, see you guys later.